JBN, we keep you informed. Another gun killing rocks St. Thomas. The St. Thomas police are investigating a third shooting incident in the parish this week, following Wednesday night's murder of a man in Morant Bay. The deceased man has been identified as 20-year-old Sowen Shim of Stanton Road in Morant Bay. Preliminary reports are that about 9:30 p.m., Shim was walking along West Street in Morant Bay when he was shot by an unknown assailant. He was later pronounced dead at hospital. It is the second fatal shooting to rock the parish this week. On Monday, 33-year-old taxi operator Michael Simpson of Montpelier was found shot to death in his car in Yallas. The following day, a man was shot and injured after walking along a road in Seaforth, also in St. Thomas. Investigators are probing the three shooting incidents. 91-year-old chopped to death in St. Anne. A 91-year-old butcher was on Thursday chopped to death in his Bohemia St. Anne home. The deceased, Emil Hansen, was found with multiple chop wounds and a slashed throat on Thursday morning. A machete was also found on the bed beside the deceased body. According to reports, thugs gained entrance to the house through a back window where they attacked him. A neighbor was on the scene said that aside from being a butcher, the senior citizen was also a farmer. Him at 90 but him act like 41. Him active. Him didn't have the house alone. Police come and find the cutlass where them used to kill him did still in there. Me don't know if they did have more weapon, but one cutlass did left on the bed. I yesterday buy a coffee slaughter tomorrow, you know, the neighbor said. Winston Brown, counsel for the Borough Bridge Division, said that the killing may be motivated by robbery. I've heard about nothing like this in recent times. The community is in shock. Nobody knows why somebody could do a thing like that. The entire community is in mourning, he said. Cubans, Bangladeshis, Syrians seeking refugee status in Jamaica. While only about 20 people seek refugee status in the island annually, the Jamaica Red Cross has expressed concern about why some migrants travel thousands of miles from Asia and Africa to make the country their final destination. What has also raised alarm bells, says Lois Yu, Deputy Director General of the Jamaica Red Cross, is that some are on the run in a bid to avoid being sent back to their homeland. An undetermined number of those cases have been turned over to the police. Speaking recently, you questioned why Africans, Syrians and Bangladeshis were making a beeline for Jamaica, opting to bypass many other countries that were geographically and culturally more familiar. I'm very concerned about this, and I'm trying to identify why, in the first place, they want to come here. So right now, research is being done to find out if there's something with Jamaica that makes them pass everywhere else to reach here, she said. Considering there are no direct flights from Syria, for example, to Jamaica, why would they have gone through so many countries and continued on a flight only to get to Jamaica? Many of them make here their final stop, and we need to know why. In recent years, Jamaica has reportedly given refugee status to a number of people from Syria, Bangladesh, India, Cuba, Haiti, and Nigeria. According to you, while most refugees pose no security threat whatsoever and are mostly concerned about their well-being, some Nigerians have been labeled as mischief makers. Jamaica Red Cross Executive Board member Audrey Mullins said that in one instance, a group of Nigerians pretending to be Jamaicans sought to acquire passports from the immigration office in Trinidad and Tobago and were only found out when they failed to answer simple questions about the island. Mullins said further that Cuban and Syrian refugees have been assisted with their humanitarian needs through funding from the United Nations Human Rights Council. Deanery Road residents want new crime-fighting plan. Residents along Deanery Road in St. Andrew say they are angry at how police responded to the death of Trevor Beetle. Beetle, otherwise called Maestro, was reportedly riding his bicycle minutes after 7 a.m. Monday when a man alighted from a vehicle and opened fire at him. Residents were contending that officers were in the vicinity when the brazen attack took place, but they made no attempt to apprehend the murderers. Me never did that far, because you know a school morning and we are carried pitting them go school. It was a wide pro box, and one of the guys come out and him open fire upon Maestro upon the ground. The police are come and see all of the operation, even when the boy run back into the car. The boy them just bust up on Mountain View Avenue and gone. The police them come and stop a Maestro. Why them do that? Why them never drive down the man them? One resident asked. Residents have described the Beetle as a family man who was well respected in the community. They later blocked the road to protest the killing. Residents said there's been an ongoing war between the Goodrich Lane and the Jakes Road communities, but the men were not taking the fight outside. A curfew was later imposed on the area, Commanding Officer for East Kingston, Superintendent Victor Hamilton, did not address the residents' claims, but said that officers are aware of the rising crime statistics in the area and are prepared to go the extra mile until a sense of normalcy is returned. But despite the police presence in the area, residents are adamant that a new strategy to fight crime is needed. Justice almost served in Tesha Miller's case, says the victim's family. Family members of slain Jamaica Urban Transit Company, JUTC Chairman Douglas Chambers, say they are grateful and relieved that reputed gangster Tesha Miller has been convicted in relation to his 2008 murder. On Tuesday, Miller was found guilty for accessory to murder before and after the fact. During the trial, the court heard that the murder was a contract killing. Justice is almost served in the senseless murder for a dog, said Sister Tricia Chambers Forrester in a letter to the editor. She continued, I say almost, as though Tesha Miller has been found guilty of ordering his men to carry out the killing. The real answer we'd like to know is, who asked or gave Tesha the contract? Chambers Forrester further said she and her family have been living in dignified silence and pain for 11 years, not knowing who killed your brother or why. I live by my faith that one day, someday, the real dawn will be revealed, she said. Chambers Forrester maintained that her brother, in his role at the JUTC, was seeking to turn around the loss-making state-owned bus company, and that it was hard for the family to accept that he was skilled for doing his job. His style may have ruffled a few feathers, but that's barbarous. That someone out there would be so bothered by his doing good things for his country that they would order his killing, she said. Chambers was gunned down outside the JUTC depot in Spanish Town, St. Catherine on June 27, 2008. Family of dengue patient found on the bridge gets attorney. Immediate family of 50-year-old Raymond Deans. The dengue patient, who was discovered dead under a bridge in downtown Montego Bay hours after being admitted to the Cornwall Regional Hospital CRH, has now retained the services of a lawyer. Deans, who resided in Sammy Bush in Springfield, St. James, was admitted to the CRH on November 21 after being diagnosed with dengue-like symptoms. But his friends and family were shocked after they received news the following morning that his body was fished from underneath a section of the North Gully Bridge. Winsome Deans, Raymond's wife, said that she had not received answers from either the Ministry of Health or the CRH administration, hence their action. The lawyer wrote to them, and I was informed that in reply they said they were carrying out investigations into the matter at the hospital and would be contacting us for a meeting in short order. We are now eagerly awaiting their call, she said. Winsome said that there are no words to explain how she's now feeling without her husband being around. She said that she's still suffering from the thoughts of him being admitted and getting that phone call informing her that he was found dead, miles from the hospital, where she had left him safe and sound that Saturday afternoon. Reports are that Deans, who returned from Canada on the Overseas Farm Work Program in July, complained of feeling ill on Friday, November 20, and was taken to the hospital by family members. After a number of tests, the family was informed that Deans had symptoms of dengue. He was admitted the following day. Winsome said that she's yet to get any sort of answers as to how he actually died, how he was allowed to leave the hospital, and how he ended up under a bridge, which is not in the direction where he would have even traveled to go home. JCF cops dissing DCs, says boss. District constables, DCs, are dissatisfied with the treatment meted out to them by the members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF, to whom they report, and are demanding that Commissioner of Police Major General Anthony Anderson address the discord. Addressing the 27th General Conference of the United District Constables Association, UDCA, at Jewel Runaway Bay Hotel in St. Ann on Thursday, outgoing President of the District Constables Association, Delroy Davis, said that the working relationship with JCF personnel was strained. It's unfair. The members have been working with the JCF, and sometimes their supervisors say certain words to them which is not very comfortable. It doesn't give us that level of working relationship. So we're asking the commissioner to address that area, Davis said. That superiority complex appears to be widespread, Davis lamented, arguing that his members felt like second-class hangers-on. We continue to argue about recognition because gone are the years when we were recognized at King's House, and we feel we're not recognized this year at King's House. We feel something is wrong, the association boss said. And yet, the JCF had an award ceremony, and we were not recognized there, so my members are a bit disgruntled in that area, Davis explained. Another source of discontentment is healthcare, as district constables are forced to travel long distances from rural communities to receive dialysis and other treatment in Kingston. We are saying the government and the powers that be should put dialysis machines in place to avoid the long traveling, he said. The president also said there were concerns over pension arrangements for the approximately 2,300 district constables of the organization. While district constables fight for better treatment from their peers, public perception of their worth and efforts remain positive, Davis said. Traveling the length and breadth of Jamaica, I can say that district constables are highly appreciated by the public. Even the new uniform, sometimes I wonder if we are security guards. But when they realize that we are district constables, we're getting the notch up. We get that respect based on our knowledge of areas and how we operate. Meanwhile, guest Speaker Chief Justice Brian Sykes reiterated his long-held desire to speed up the court process in Jamaica by using technology. Sykes, who was placed timely justice as the centerpiece of his tenure, said it was incumbent on the courts to meet the demands of citizens. Proactive measures have helped crime situation, says Holness. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has revealed that intelligence gathered by the security forces had suggested there would be a crime spike in November. The revelation comes against the background of several multi-murders during the month, which led to calls for a review of the government's crime-fighting strategy. Mr. Holness said proactive measures put in place by security forces helped to control the crime situation. Among the measures was the deployment of 400 additional soldiers to hotspots. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, leave us a comment and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.